something brand new to not only our community, but to CASA. It'll be happening on Saturday, June 7th. That is going to be a golf tournament. It is called Mudbugs and Mulligans. So how many golfers do I have in the room? I got a couple. Okay, so y'all listen. The other ones listen too. But it is a 4-person scramble. It will be held at Bearcat Course, which was formerly Raven Nest. It will tee off about 10 o'clock. We'll play the 18 holes, and then we'll have lunch and beverages and all the fun stuff. Finish up around 3, go home, refresh, grab your +1, and come back to Wisniewski Dodge, who is one of our sponsors, and we'll be having a crawfish bowl and a live band. All the teams, all the sponsors get tickets to the crawfish bowl. Big E's is going to be providing the food, and so it's just going to be a lot of fun. So right now we're working on sponsorships. If you know somebody that you think that would be a good fit for them, a lot of the sponsorships come with the team, so let me know. We'll be doing registration for our teams probably after the first of the year. But it's going to be a fun event. Got a lot of people on board already, and so we're really, really, really excited about it.
You said registration will be sometime after the first of the year?
After the first of the year,
Can
yes.
we just contact the office?
Yes, just contact me, and we'll get you signed up where you want to be.
And it's Laura?
Laura.
And you said there's, the sponsors often come with a team.
Some of them do, depends on what level, if they'll come with the team.
Do you know what the different levels are?
The most expensive sponsorship was our title sponsor, which is Iron Brothers. That was a $5,000, and they go all the way down to $500. So I think the 2,000 and up comes with the team. So there's lots of opportunities there, a lot of fun. There's like a beverage cart sponsor if you want to drive the beverage cart around and pass out beverages to the golfers. There's that opportunity. That's always fun. There's a lunch sponsor. There's a driving range sponsor. There's just a little bit of everything. Lots of whole sponsorships as well. So we really want to get a whole lot of people out there to enjoy. And Wisniewski has been extremely gracious. They're providing the location. They're providing the band. They're providing the tent, the stage, and all of that for us to have this event. So there are other presenting sponsors. It's really cool.
Is it going to be at Sam Houston?
It's going to be at Bearcat Course for the golf.
Bearcat Pass.
Yes, and then you'll come back to Wisniewski for the crawfish bowl. So should be a lot of fun. So be sure and share that. We'll be putting that out a little bit more as we get a little bit closer. Right now, like I said, we're just really working on sponsorships. So if you know of anybody. The event after that is Christmas in July Bingo. How many of y'all came this year or volunteered? So a few of you did, a few of you didn't. If you didn't, you need to put it on your must-do list for next year. Last year, we moved it to the LSC at Sam Houston State, the Orange Ballroom. I believe that it just really elevated that experience so much. It was just a really neat opportunity to have it there. And so we're going to do that again. It's going to be on Friday, July 18th. And we'll start selling tickets probably April, May. So be sure you kind of stay on the radar if you're wanting to get a table. We sold out last year the first day they went on sale. So that was pretty impressive. So if you want a table, you need to stay tuned because there won't be a lot available, I'm sure. At least that's the hope. I want to also highlight something that's really, really special about bingo. When I came last year, I had been to bingo several times, and it was pretty cool. But I think one of the biggest parts about our bingo that sets it apart from anybody else that does a bingo in town is our children's art auction. Last year, we were able to contract with John Fletcher. He has a video company, and we were able to work with Adler Family Toys. If y'all haven't been to their little toy store downtown, you should definitely check it out. They let us use their place for free, sat in there all day long one day, and John came and videoed some of our advocates. These advocates worked with their children to create an art piece. We had 10 pieces in the auction, and the auction raised, what was that again, do you remember that number?
It was right over 30,000.
30,000, just at the art auction alone. The videos really sold it. I mean, yeah, we were trying to pull those heartstrings and get money. I mean, that's the point of an auction. But it put such a meaning on what y'all do. It made it real. like I said, people may know what CASA is, but they really don't know what CASA is until they walked in your shoes and they've seen these kids and seen these cases. And these advocates did it in a very short period of time, but they shared a little bit about what they do. We're gonna show one of the videos. Lois did one, her piece. Y'all, there was a gentleman in that room that spent 10 grand, just himself, on this piece of art. It really touched his heart. It's a cardinal piece, and there's 4 cardinals in the picture, and he said it really wasn't about the kids. It was about he had lost 4 people in his life in the past couple of years. And when he saw the cardinals, he said, "This spoke to me." He said, "I didn't care what it went for, I was gonna buy it." So we had somebody in the room that was trying to win it, and she didn't win it, but he got it for 10,000. But it just was, like I said, it wasn't really about the money, it was really about just telling what y'all do. And so I'm gonna let her play that. Is it ready?
So right now, I'm currently an advocate for a little boy. He's 18 months old, with blonde head, brown eye, beautiful little boy. I've been an advocate for 7 years. This is my 7th case and 17th child. He's walking good now, babbling. He loves to touch and get into everything, as all 18-month-olds do. Anything with wheels or anything outside, that's his 2 favorite things. So he's just a simple little rowdy man. So trying to choose an art piece for a baby, you're pretty much left to handprints, footprints, something that they can just smear and do. And it was funny because when we painted his little hands, he immediately went into full-blown patty cakes, splattering paint here and there. He didn't like his feet being done, but he got over it. With Ryland's case, we were just last week, as a matter of fact, we moved parental rights, and so we are now in full-blown adoption mode, and that's going to be the best outcome for him. The people that currently have him are biological aunt and uncle, and they're all into it, and this is what they want, and this is what everybody wishes. And just watching his little expression, just seeing how it goes from a messy little handprint or messy little feet, how we can change it. I have a CASA companion, she's very artistic, so she helped me along the way. This has definitely been a more challenging case. At one point, the child was returned to the mother, and that was a big mistake. I ended up finding the mother on the 5th day, and she had taken him and was like a squatter. She didn't have a place to live. They lived in a car. They had broken into a camper, so we assumed that that's where I found her, in a camper. It was the scariest day of my life. I found him. We got him out of there. He had been starving for 5 days. No mom. So he was returned to the mother in hopes of it being a good mom to return. At that time, she just kind of ghosted us, and I couldn't get a hold of her. I said what I needed to say to get to her. I was able to make my way back into her life, and I saw right off the bat it was not healthy. It was not good for him. He was very lethargic. It was life-altering for him. We left there, again, promising the world to her so that she would not run from me. Made some phone calls, and at 2 a.m. that same night, the sheriffs went and removed their baby. So he's doing good.
So, as I said, it wasn't about the money, it was about the connection. That video, I've seen it so many times, and I cannot watch it without tears to my eyes. And every single video was just like that. It was really, really a neat opportunity to share with so many people in the room. We had over 500 people in that room. Many of them really didn't know what CASA did and what y'all do, and so that was such a sweet testimony, and all of the videos were just like that. So what I tell you this is because if you have an opportunity, now with the holidays coming up, it might be a good idea and a good time. If you would like to create an art piece with your child, you can certainly do so. We encourage you to take video with your cell phone. Obviously, try to avoid using your face, but we can use that video and splice this with your words and that type of thing, and use it in our art auction. We have a lady on our committee that will take all of our pieces and frame them, and they're just beautiful, and they're just really, really special. We've gone around town and we've seen some of these in our different businesses, and I'm trying to capture some of those. If you see an art piece out somewhere, let me know, and I'll go by and take a picture, because it's really a neat opportunity to thank them for what they did in purchasing that, and for sharing our message as well. So if If you have any questions about that, let me know. Okay, now moving from not being so sad, how many of y'all like to eat? I surely would hope that every single one of you raises your hand. Has anybody in here been to our Food Truck Fridays? Okay, so Food Truck Friday is the first Friday of every single month. We are at McWilliams Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing there on 11th Street, catty corner across from First National Bank. They are partnering with us. They just want people to know who they are and where they are. And we have been partnering with Frank's Taco Station. Frank's is actually located out in Riverside. He is coming over here on the first Fridays, and he's doing it as a profit share for us, but it's also another opportunity to share what CASA is. Holly is usually set up there every single time, and she has passed out flyers and information, and we've had people just say, hey, I want to volunteer, what can I do, how can I support y'all's mission? And so that's another opportunity just to get the word out. And then they get to eat a great meal too. Our next one is this Friday, so be sure you put it on your calendar. If you would like to pre-order your lunch so that you don't have to wait in line, there is an opportunity to do that. Don't call Frank's though, because he won't be open yet, but you can let me know and I'll send you the number to call, and then you can just go pick up what you want. Every meal I think is like $12, and he's got tacos and burritos and nachos and messy fries, and he's got everything, and it is all wonderful. So you're supporting CASA, you're supporting Frank's, and you're supporting McWilliams too, and they're awesome for their kids. So think about that. The next one after November will be our December one, which we're not able to use Frank's. We're going to try to use Frank's from now on. It's just a good fit. But he's going to be at Lone Star Lights that day, so we are going to be bringing in Traveling Tom's Coffee. I don't know how many of y'all are familiar with them. They're connected with Kona Ice. They just do the coffee, so they'll have iced coffee, hot coffee, specialty drinks. They'll start at 9 o'clock that morning, so stay tuned for that. All of that stuff is going to be on our Facebook page, and so watch for that. We also have the opportunity to have some profit shares. We've had several this year that have been really, really profitable. Our next one is tomorrow. It's at City Hall Cafe. It's all day, so you can go for lunch, dinner, go for a pie, whatever you want to do. But if you go in, you're supporting CASA and you're supporting City Hall Cafe. So think about that. Think about our profit shares. It's a little bit of money. It helps us, but it's also awareness. We have little tent cards on the table, so hopefully they'll see that. If they don't know what CASA is, that's just another plug to put our name out there. I will say this year we've just had a lot of exposure with CASA, and it's been pretty awesome to see. So, and then finally, I want to share one other way that people can support CASA. And I share this with you because I've had several people have asked me, I want to support your mission, but I don't have the time to be an advocate, or I just don't have the skill set, or I just don't have the emotional wherewithal to do it, but I still want to support you. What can I do? Well, the other way they can is volunteer. They can be on a committee. We have lots of different events, so we have lots of committees. And then we have a lot of other things that we do that need committees as well. So that's another way. But if they want to support CASA financially, which is a huge help to us, we launched a campaign called Compassion in Action. We launched it last year. It is an opportunity to showcase and share with the people in our community what CASA truly is. We can actually come into people's homes, to their business, and share the message and give them a little bit of background on what we do. But it also provides them an opportunity to give to CASA financially if they so choose. It can be as little as $10 a month. It can be as much as they want. But it's just their choosing. What they can do is they can go on our website. It's on the giving page. They sign up really easily. They choose how much they want to give, and they choose the frequency. If they want to do it once a month, if they want to do it every 3 months, however they want to do it, they can set that up on that website. So it's an opportunity, once again, just to share our message and to support us. As I mentioned earlier, we can't do it without y'all, but we can't do it without the dollars either. It takes the money to fund the programs that we have and the finances that we have to secure. So think about that. Like I said, I'm not asking you to fundraise. I'm asking for you to share our mission and what we do. Your circle of friends is bigger than my circle of friends. When we add them all together, you know people I don't know. I know people you don't know. So if you can share that influence and share the message, we'll all be very, very grateful, and we'll just continue to thrive. So if y'all have any questions about anything I talked about, I think that was everything that I was supposed to share. There's a lot, but thank y'all so much for your time.
Another way that people can give back to CASA, that's very simple, is if you go to Kroger, like there's a way that they, that you can like enroll, and it actually donates to CASA, like a percentage.
Like
every
your
quarter.
card, your
Yes.
Kroger card?
Is on your Kroger card, like, so, I mean, and it doesn't seem like a lot, like, but so it says, it shows me online, on my community, it's called Community Rewards, and so last quarter it says that I did $4.56. So in a year, that's $20, but it's, I mean, it didn't cost me anything, it's just like the percentage, like Kroger donates towards, so I know that y'all do.
So there we go. Something new.
Probably would.
One other thing, we have several of these little refrigerator magnets up here. They talk about the Kids Expo and the parade of playhouses. If you want to take one to put on your refrigerator, please do. But if you have people that have kids that probably would like to know about some of this stuff, please take some and hand them out. We handed out, I don't know how many at Fairham Square, a bunch. But we need to get the rest of these out into the community so that they know what's going on. So if you can take some of these, there's several up here, just grab you some as you leave. And remember, if you want tickets for the Playhouse, you can see me or you can give me a call. We'll get you signed up. So, thank y'all.
Okay, well, I'm going to try and be short and sweet as much as I can. I again want to say thank you for being here, even though we told you you didn't have a choice. But also just, I feel like you can never be thanked enough for the work that y'all do, the contact logs y'all have to do every month, all the little things. And so it's a lot, and we're just really grateful. But honestly, I know we're here for a training, but like I just don't get to see y'all all the time, and so it's really nice to see y'all and to watch y'all get to know each other. So, y'all know, obviously, we're going into the holidays, right? That's not new to anybody. Who here is excited for Christmas? Okay, I'm gonna ask y'all, why are you excited for Christmas?
Because I have 2 weeks left of work.
That's a good point. Why else are we excited for Christmas?
To share the joy with the kids.
With the kids?
I like to buy presents.
Yes, my presents.
Yeah. I like the traditions.
The
because we make
tradition.
cookies and different things like that.
Yes, traditions are important. So I ask you that because we, as our own little nuclear family, each have different traditions. We have different things that we do. You know, Santa, no Santa, does Santa wrap the gifts, does he not wrap the gifts? I mean, some things are so big depending on the religion that you celebrate and the holidays you celebrate, all the way to how you celebrate them. And so that's no different for our kids. So this might be some of our children's first Christmas away from their parents. Whether they needed to be removed, obviously they need to be removed to keep them safe, but that doesn't make it any less hard for them. It might be their fourth Christmas away from their parents, but that still might bring some of the sting, even if they have had rights terminated. So I had Holly pass around some like normalcy in the holidays questions, just to kind of get in the mindset going into the conversations over the next couple of months that you can have with caregivers, on your cases, with the children in your cases, with the parents in your cases. Sometimes we might struggle to say like, oh, what am I going to talk to this mom about? We don't really talk a lot. Like she's, a little adversarial sometimes. And so this might be potentially a kind of a neutral topic to kind of help her understand. To say like, I want to know, did y'all do anything special? Did you have any traditions? Does little Johnny have a favorite food that y'all always ate at Thanksgiving? And can we like do a version of that at your next visit in November? And so that will not only help the child and the parent have that normalcy again and kind of maybe take a little bit of the sting out of not being with your parents when all your other friends in class get to go home and be with their parents. But it might also help build that relationship between you and that parent, because they're gonna sit there and say, oh wow, they're really thinking through this, they care about how this is gonna impact me and my children. And so, I'm not gonna read all these questions, but they are there, and I just think it's really important to consider that going into the holidays. Project broadcast. Who here got a text today about this and a couple other things this week?
Yes.
Okay, if you didn't get a text, you should have, and we can fix that. But that number is not my number, it's not Kat's number, it's an automated text service that we use to kind of text y'all all quick information, because we know not everyone's looking at their emails all day, every day, and that would be insane to think that. So this is a way we can deliver quick information, but although you can technically reply to it, you're not really supposed to because we don't see it. So whenever we log in to send the next one, sometimes we'll say like, oh, Trish sent a reply, asked a question, but I didn't see it because we're logged in, send the message, and then we're out until we send the next one. So if there's ever a question you have to that, just call the office or text your supervisor or call us. So just a little friendly reminder about that. Monday lunches, just another reminder that every Monday, unless it's a holiday, we have an open invitation at the office to come hang out and have a little brown bag lunch with the CASA staff. You can use it as time to catch up with your supervisor on your case, ask questions, to brainstorm with other advocates who are there. If I've got this problem in my case, I don't know what I'm supposed to do, those kind of things. Or to just fellowship and say like, I just really don't want to talk about CASA at all, and I just need some friend time, and that's okay too. And so we love any chance we get to spend with y'all, and so that's always an open invitation. In the back, with all the children's books, there are some cookbooks. I think Kat's about to model it for us, like Vanna. We had a teen needs committee working over the last year or so on a couple of different projects. The cookbook was one of them, so there are 40 recipes in there. They're simple recipes, but they're fun, and so it's really a good tool for kids who are older, who are wanting to learn how to cook and learn how to take care of themselves, especially if you have older youth who you think are going to end up aging out of care, that they have that, because sometimes, unfortunately, while they're in care, they're not being taught very many life skills, and so that's one way that they can kind of help some of those good tips and tricks and stuff all together in one place. So if you have an older youth, even like a middle-aged youth that you want, like a 12-year-old, you think that's a great fit for them, then feel free. We have tons of them at the office. Please come and take them. That's what they're there for. We also, one of the Teen Needs Committee's project was to try and take all of the information that is out there and process it and make it into a digestible version for things like, how do you get a driver's license as a foster kid? How do you get your ID? What is the tuition and fee waiver? What's the ETV? How do I qualify? Do I not? How do I do that? And so there are lots of trifolds over there that they now have at the office that they spend a lot of time researching. So we really want to get that out to anyone that might apply to. So whether you take that tonight, you come by the office next week or tomorrow, just wanted to make sure that y'all know that those resources are there now. We have another great partnership with Josh Pauley at New Haven Fellowship Church in New Waverly. They are bringing what's called Run Home camps to Texas and to our area. So it's a little baseball camp for children. Holly, where'd she go? Oh, she's passing them around? Okay, she has some pamphlets on it. I'm gonna play a little video that kind of helps explain what it is. But it's a baseball camp targeted and created for at-risk children, foster youth, basically the kids we serve. And so that'll kind of help explain a little bit more, and then I can follow up and answer any questions.
Every day is a new opportunity to build on yesterday's success or put its failures behind and start over again. That's the boys aged 9 through 12 since 2013. Run Home Camp is a week-long, free of charge, all-star baseball experience at a private overnight camp facility. While baseball is certainly a big part of this camp, it is not critical that the child has ever played baseball before, only that he is willing to give it a try.
At the beginning of the week, they started off kind of rocky. Throwing was, they were a little weak, but over the week, give it 2 days, they got really strong. Like this little dude, he went out to like 18, he can go just like keep going far now.
In fact, we found that many of our campers have never played the game before. But with the knowledge and experience of our extremely encouraging staff, every camper has had a tremendously positive experience.
We are here to treat these kids like heroes this week. We are here to inspire them and teach them the game of baseball.
For some, they will tell you it has been their experience of a lifetime. Run Home Camp brings hope, healing, and honor to each child who attends. Hope comes through individual attention with a minimum of a 1-to-1 child-to-staff ratio, where campers are shown love through a family environment, complete with camp grandparents, aunts, and uncles. Through encouraging experiences and life lessons, campers realize their self-worth and restore hope for a better future. Healing comes through being able to share life stories and heartaches confidentially with staff and coaches. Camp activities focus on the good in each camper. The baseball drills and games throughout the week are always friendly and non-competitive. Oh, yeah! Honor comes through an all-star hero development camping. The value and self-worth of each camper is elevated to its highest potential as camp is designed to be all about them. They get to experience a birthday party, gifts, personalized photo albums, t-shirts, uniforms, and much more. This is the best week of my life. Every day is more fun. I want to stay here forever.
On a scale of 1 to 10, today was 1,000.
One of the good events this week, we were walking onto the baseball field and it was raining. And I was feeling kind of bummed out about it. One of the kids goes, "This is the best day of my life." He was just so excited even though it was raining and things were looking down. He just had a great attitude.
Here's what their caseworkers are saying.
This young man rarely has anything positive to share, but couldn't have been more excited about his experience at camp.
Thank you for the wonderful week you provided for the boys who run home camp.
Children that attend Run Home Camp speak very highly of their experience. They actually try to replicate that one special weekend of summer all year long. With my role as a caseworker, I'm tasked with selecting services that fit the needs of a child and their caregivers. I would advocate for Run Home Camp as an incredible opportunity for the families that I serve.
Each Run Home Camp is funded and insured by a local Christian 501c3 not-for-profit organization. While all of our staff members are Christians, no religion is ever criticized or denigrated. All coaches and camp volunteers are appropriately cleared through local, state, and federal agencies. Each staff member attends extensive training with professional involvement. No child is ever outside of the sight of at least 2 staff members at all times. Great care is taken to provide absolute protection of each camper's identities, including no personal cell phones or cameras are allowed. There are no social media posts with the camper's likeness or personal information. The camp location is kept private where non-staff, other than social services, is not permitted. All photography is performed by the camp's staff photographer and is solely used for each camper's personal photo album. please speak with your local Run Home Camp staff member or learn more on our website at www.runhomecamps.org. Thank you for helping to make a positive difference in our community.
Okay. So this is just a really awesome opportunity. It's very unique. I've never seen anything like, sorry, but it's like that. I've never seen anything offered in our area like this for our kids, especially free. It is the first time they're doing it, so right now it's only for male youth. I think it said ages 9 to 12, it'll say on the pamphlet. I don't know how much wiggle room there is, but I feel like I can negotiate with him and be like, well, this 8-year-old, you know, he's 8, he could probably go too, right? And then maybe the 13-year-old. But I've talked to him a couple times and he's very, very excited to be able to offer this. And I explained to him that a lot of our kids are not close, that they're far. And so sometimes we have caregivers who are absolutely willing and able and can make that drive for that week to drop off and pick up. But there are also going to be places where kids are in RTCs and may not have that. And so he doesn't have a solution at this very moment, but if there were enough kids coming from like Houston area that maybe we could do a meetup in the Woodlands and they could get a background check person with
It's just a day camp.
No, it is, it's
overnight.
overnight, it's a week
Oh, okay.
overnight, yes.
Okay, so it's just one round
Yeah.
trip.
Yes,
Okay.
once drop off and then pick up again. And so that is easier for caregivers, but especially some of our youth that are in RTCs that may or may not be willing to transport them that far. He was very open-minded about if we can figure something out, we'll figure something out. We want these kids who want to and need to be at this camp to be at this camp. So do y'all have any questions about the camp or anything I've covered so far?
Does anybody want information? Just raise your hand.
Is it for kids that have that are, like if their case is closed, does that make them not eligible?
No, so
Okay.
they don't have to be in foster care currently or ever. It's at-risk child service child cases. So if you're having a past youth you think would be a good fit, you can refer them. So he's connected with us, and I think he's trying to reach out to maybe some people in the school and with CPS directly. But I would love every one of our kids that fits the qualifications to be able to go. And if you're struggling, like I have this kid who wants to go, how do I make this happen? Like you come see me and I will sit there all day and brainstorm how we can make this work, because I think it's important for our kids to have that normalcy to be able to go to a camp and do something fun.